This is Woodstock Academy Live. Today's game is brought to you by Bosquet's Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic, The O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, Girardi Insurance Services, and Oconchabar Productions, LLC.
Woodstock Academy. Ethan Davis barking the signals. He goes back to throw, looking down the field, tucks it, then throws, long forgets, throwing it, touchdown, Jackson gets! Touchdown, Jackson gets! He got behind the knee. He beat Liam Pickett to the wall. On it is Odorski. Odorski got it off his back.
Could be a problem.
Get it? He got there first. He shoots and he scores! Brian Odorski.
Now, for all the play-by-play action, here's Woodstock Academy Sports Information Director, Mark Allard.
And we welcome you to the Bentley Athletic Complex here at Woodstock Academy, where today the Woodstock Academy Centaurs take on the Putnam Science Academy Mustangs in a Prep Soccer 2 contest. The sixth game of the season for the Centaurs come in at 2-2-1. It is only the second game of the year for the Mustangs, who come in with a 1-0 record. Mark Allard joining you on this beautiful Monday and being joined by a voice from the past. And thank gosh he's back.
I'm a voice from the past?
Well, 5 months ago.
Okay, fair enough.
Greg Smith, color commentator extraordinaire, rejoins us on this Monday. And hey, you picked a great day to rejoin us.
Yes, I did. And not only is it a beautiful day, but getting to see these guys play.
Yeah.
I've had them in class since the end of August, and I haven't gotten a chance to see them play. This is their first home game, and I am very excited to see this.
And, of course, there's two Prep Soccer programs, Prep Soccer 1 and Prep Soccer 2. This is Prep Soccer 2, more of the developmental program for the Centaurs, who are going to be taking on Putnam Science Academy today. We did have a chance to talk to the head coach, well, actually program coordinator is probably a better way of putting it. Owen Finberg, prior to this one. We'll be back with Owen when we return to the Bentley Athletic Complex.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
But show me, who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
And welcome back to the Bentley Athletic Complex on a beautiful Monday, as we have some Prep Soccer for you. The Prep Soccer 2 team is taking on Putnam Science Academy. The Mustangs coming to town. Owen Finberg, not only the head coach of both, but also the coordinator of the Prep Soccer program here at Woodstock Academy. And Owen, it's your first year here. How much fun has it been so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a great start to the season for both teams. It's been fun getting settled into the school environment, and everything's going very well. So excited about it and looking forward to more fun times ahead.
Well, now you get into the season as a whole, I guess you could say, because October and November are pretty busy for you guys.
They are, yeah. We've had a good start. You know, preseason was good. September has been good with a couple showcases and, getting guys used to the routine, both here at school and then in training and playing. But now the games start to come thick and fast, and we have more midweek games as we're playing here on a Monday today. So, yeah, I think we're in a good position and feeling comfortable, but got to keep getting better and ready for each game that's coming up.
Certainly this is the Prep 2 soccer team. So, I mean, what's the difference right now between the Prep 1 and the Prep 2?
Yeah, so the way that we handle it in the fall is we are playing with the first team or Prep 1 for a national championship. And so the breakdown is solely based on sort of what we see as the best first group, and then Prep 2 is a more developmental group and making sure that guys have the right balance of playing time, college exposure, and opportunities to improve through, game minutes rather than just at training. And so Prep 2 is more younger guys than older guys, but there is a mix to it based on, the balance of teams as far as positions and talent, also injuries and our opponent come into play. So that's sort of how we do it for the fall season.
2-2-1. The Prep 2 soccer team comes in right now. This is your second Global Education Sports Partners League game. You beat Hoosac earlier. Talk about the Prep 2 soccer team. I mean, it hasn't scored a lot of goals quite, to start right now.
I think there's not the same sort of depth in attacking positions for those guys. And I think, to be fair to them, they have created a lot of chances. We've run up to some good goalkeeping against us. Certainly have some more opportunities that we should have converted as well. I think also they've played on grass surfaces several times, and that's really making for a slower game for them. So it'll be interesting to see today, playing at Bentley, if we can play a little bit more at our tempo, and then that will help us hopefully create and finish more chances.
You guys like to run, huh?
We like to run. We like the ball to move fast. We say we want the ball tired at the end of the game because it's bouncing all over the place from foot to foot, and hopefully, as you said, in the back of the net a few times today. But I think this is a good group. I wouldn't say that they've played poorly. I think they've played well by and large. In a few games, they've played very well. I think not only have we not quite finished the chances that we needed to, but they've had a little bit of difficulty starting games and have made some mistakes and fallen behind, and on a slow surface or against a good goalkeeper or a packed-in defense, that makes it really hard to get the results that we wanted. And I think that's more than anything what's happened. Our last time out, we were able to score a couple goals and win against Hoosac, which was a big result for us, and hoping that we can, kind of build on that momentum here today.
And who should we be watching for from the Prep 2 soccer team today? Anybody in, we talk offense, defense, goalie, whatever you want to talk about, but who should we be watching for?
Yeah, we have a couple guys that either have been injured or have been kind of on the tweener between Prep 1 and Prep 2. So Xavi DeRosa has been out for a little while with a hip flexor. He'll get the start today, and he's a dynamic talent that hopefully is going to add something into the attack here for these guys today. Rodrigo Haruzo Blasquez will also get the start at right back, and looking for him to continue to build some momentum. Kevin Thompson has been a great force in the middle of the park each and every game for these guys. He's kind of the engine and the guy that holds everything together. So those would be guys that definitely should stand out today.
Take it easy and enjoy world-class live music right here in the Quiet Corner. Eaglemania, the world's greatest Eagles tribute show, is coming to Luce Center for the Arts in Woodstock, Connecticut on October 20th. Live life in the fast lane and avoid the line. Get your tickets today on theloose.org.
And it looks like we're just about ready to get underway here at the Bentley Athletic Complex as the Putnam Science Academy Mustangs out on the field. So are the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. And ready for some soccer. Prep soccer, a couple of little changes, of course. 45 minutes per half as opposed to 40 for the high school version. So a little bit more activity out in their field for the playing more of a college-style game.
And one referee and two linesmen, as you'll notice when you watch this in high school soccer. You only have two referees and no linesmen, so the offside calls is a little harder to make for high school soccer. That shouldn't be a problem today.
Goalkeeper is Daniel Covelli for Woodstock Academy. Jack Byers and Ajani Banton, along with Jasper Cox, are in the back. Rodrigo Haruzo, Kevin Thompson, Mohamed Mansare, located, or Mansar, I guess, you say Mansar, and it's one of the, we've heard two different variations on that. Xavi DeRosa, you heard Owen Finberg talk about him over on the left wing. Over on the right is Daniel Mesa. In the middle, Kevin Thompson and Nico Ochoa, and Jaden Banton is your striker to start this contest. For Putnam, it goes like this. Adam Simbizi, you'll notice him because he's the biggest player on the field, tallest that is anyway, as the ball goes deep into the Putnam Science end. It'll be Angel Miguel fielding it, giving it over to Anton Munoz, who's in the middle for Putnam Science. They bring it up into the front where Benton gets his foot on it. Benton comes over to this near side as he gets it over to Rodrigo Haruzo, and Biko sends it back out looking for Kevin Thompson, kind of avoided him, comes back out to midfield. Picked up there by Jack Byers. Byers over on that far side, gives it up quickly. As they send it downfield, Samizi was chasing after it, but he is not the first one to get there. Instead, Mohamed Mansar gets it on that far side.
Mohamed's from Canada. He's a lovely human being. Love having him in class.
Jerry Dow, I love having Greg Smith. He's a lovely human being. Jerry Dow was over on that far side. The ball went out. It will be a throw-in on that far side. Just keep it down in front here, okay, guys, if you're going to sit down here in front. And sit down, please, so we can see. There we go. All that good stuff as they prep one soccer team.
They want to see. They want to see this. We'll get some comments out of them.
I'm sure
and
we
remember,
will.
This is live.
Yeah,
so
no other kind
comments.
of. Yes, clean comments from down below. As the ball is on that far side, a throw-in for Woodstock Academy. The header is missed. It'll be picked up and knocked out again, so a throw-in a little further down the line for the Centaurs. On that throw-in is Jack Byers. Byers on the throw. That should be a bump and a foul from behind, and indeed it was, as going to the ground was Xavi DeRosa.
And like all other games, you're going to see what you can get away with, especially early on. They're going to push. They're going to shove. They're going to see what the ref will allow. And we found out.
And prep soccer probably a little bit more physical than high school, and probably allowed to be a little bit more physical than high school.
As it should be. These guys are getting ready for the college game.
Absolutely.
And the American college game is quite physical.
Yeah, it's not exactly the the kind of game that you have in Europe all the time, which is a little less physical.
Well, that's why
even
these guys
in Europe,
come here.
Soccer is physical.
That's why they come here to learn the American game, because they're going to go to, most of them are going to go to American colleges.
Free kick from 29 out, sends it in, headed out by Anton Munoz. Picked up there, the Centaurs able to keep it in. I think that's Byers over there on it, sends it back out to that far side, picked back up by the Centaurs, sent back in. That actually now is Byers on it. As DeRosa tried to chase it down, it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Putnam Science.
So far, this game has been entirely in Putnam Science's end of the field.
Only 3 minutes in. So you're right. If it stays like this, we're happy.
I'm okay.
You're happy with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was Kevin Thompson on the header. It does get into Woodstock Academy territory right now with Putnam Science Academy. Again, just their second game of the season. They did win a Global Education Sports Partners League game against Hoosac earlier, 1-0. Centaurs come in with a 2-2-1 record. They've beaten Phillips Exeter 2-1. They've tied Northwood School at 1 each. Lost to Our Lady of Good Counsel 1-0, lost to Immaculate Heart Central 2-0, and beat Hoosac recently 2-0. So you got one common opponent there, and right now that would make it Woodstock 1-0 over Putnam Science. How's that sound?
And you noticed with all those scores, they're very, very low scoring.
Yes.
So one goal is probably going to make the difference. So nobody wants to make a mistake.
Johnny Benton
ball.
sends that one down to DeRosa over on the far side and deep in there in the Putnam Science territory. Nice little one-touch. Brings it back along to Byers. Byers now sends it along that sideline, and it goes out. It should be a corner.
It is.
And it will be. As going over there to take it will be Nico Ochoa for the Centaurs. First corner today.
Real nice overlap there. These guys are coming from all over the planet.
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing Coach has to do is make sure you know what language we're all speaking.
Well, Nico speaks Spanish, I would imagine, since he's from Madrid. And he's over on that far side for the corner. coming in to the right side
Nice
of
ball.
Angel Miguel. That's a header that just went astray off the head of Mohamed Mansar, and it'll go to a goal kick out. That one just kind of hit off the right side of the noggin, so to speak, and it went flying over to the left of Miguel.
Well, Mohammed's going to get a little garbage tomorrow in class for not getting a better head on that.
Right down below us is Asiyu Mora. Mora trying to control it, knocked out of off his foot by Jasper Cox, and Cox, there's a push from behind. That was pretty blatant, I would say, when even I can see it.
Yep.
As down in that play went Daniel Mesa.
And free kick.
The free kick coming from Rodrigo Haruso, I think. Oh, maybe not.
And they don't like the ball
No,
that's
they
in
don't.
play.
So they're going to go and chase down another one. So Rodrigo, it will be instead getting over there is Nico Ochoa on the ball. About 20 yards away from Angel Miguel. Well, make it 25, back around the 15. Add a couple, 10 more to that. Sent into the middle, got off the foot, but unfortunate. Goes right to a Putnam Science Academy defender. Picked up by the Centaur, sent back in. Knocked back out. This is Banton who's on it. Ajani trying to control. It's blocked. Just could not get control of the ball. Had an attempt there. Mansar on the ball. Mansar, that might be a trip up on Mansar. It'd be a call against Woodstock Academy.
That's what happens when a fullback gets up front and starts looking at the goal.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, look what's in front of me. It's like Christmas. So the ball at about the 22 will be sent out from there by Putnam Science Academy. Banton comes down with it, sends it up ahead. Now I think, I don't know, 28. I don't have a 28 on my roster, but I'm assuming that's actually 29, Daniel Mesa. That's my thought process anyway. Yeah, who is 28? Let's see if we can get, is it Mesa? Daniel Mesa? Okay, that's what I thought. It is 28. Well, sometimes my assumptions work out. Not always. Let me put it to you that way. That was sent in by Alteriba. Picked back up by Putnam in an offside call. That's what you nice to have a linesman for.
Yes, it is.
The linesman on the far side. So it'll be a goal kick. It'll be a free kick for the Centaurs.
Because when you're a high school referee, Connecticut high school referee, you don't get down that far.
No, you don't.
Can't see that long ball. It makes it difficult.
Cavelli sent it out of there. It's picked up by DeRosa. DeRosa back into the middle, however, controlled by Alteriba. Sends it the other way. Down below is Mora. Mora bounces it back over to Alteriba. Back into the middle. Knocked away. Picked up there by the Centaurs.
Go Banton.
Yep. Jaden Banton down below us. Knocked away from him. Goes out to be a throw-in for the Centaurs.
Kingston, Jamaica. I just
Absolutely.
love hearing him talk in class. Just let him speak. I don't care what it's about.
I've been to Kingston, Jamaica. It's a nice place.
Yeah,
I will
there you
say
go.
that. Banton could not get a header on that. It comes out to Hadju. Hadju sends it over to the far side. Picked up there by Byers. Looked ahead for DeRosa. DeRosa being bothered out there by Romagnoli. Leandro Romagnoli. You think he might be from Italy? That ball was slipped away from Miguel. Couldn't control it, but fortunate to have a defender there. Nice little reach in by Ayaha, and Ayaha sends it downfield. Cavelli's going to have to come out of his net a little bit for that one, and he does retrieve.
Well, he came out looking like he was going to play it with his feet because he was outside the box, but it had enough pace to get into the box so he could handle it.
And Simbizi was coming on him pretty quickly.
Hard.
They'll try to get out of their own end for the Centaurs. Dribbling on out. Jasper Cox turns around and hands it back. Back around midfield. Picked up there by the Centaurs. Booted back the other way. Downfield it rolls as they try to get it over to Banton and cannot. And then DeRosa sends that one into, it saved
Almost,
it.
yeah.
Almost went into the briars of the unknown.
Yeah, it's gone. Once it goes over that fence, it's gone.
It's gone for a long time. Might be found a couple years from now.
There might be freshmen down there.
That haven't been found either.
Mm-hmm.
They probably were from my class. They haven't shown up yet. Yes, it will be a throw-in over on that far side for the Mustangs. 35 minutes left in this first half of play. No score between the Centaurs and Mustangs in this Global Education Sports Partners League game. Forward it comes. Cavelli will come out and retrieve.
Just send him.
Yep. Normally, you see keepers at this level actually do more of that, the throws more than the punt, because obviously more accurate, more control, and you build from the back.
And these guys are much more skilled than what we're used to in Connecticut high school soccer.
This ball goes back, header back to the keep. Cavelli on it, and he'll just wing it downfield.
And that was a 30-yard throw.
It was. This is Rodrigo Henruso on the ball, trying to get his way through. May have pushed his way through Mora, and it will go the other way. Yeah, there's a lot of pushing and shoving in these games.
I'm telling you, it's a contact sport.
Yeah?
Anybody that tries to tell you that there's no contact in football, and this is real football.
Yeah. Altarriba. Wish I could spin my R's, but I can't. Altarriba boots it away. Downfield. Byers got a foot on it, kicks it back to midfield. Chasing after it is Banton. Banton shields it with his body. Actually has Tarosa. Tarosa up ahead to Banton. Banton sends it over into the middle. Has a dangerous situation sent in and saved off the shot by Mesa. Angel Miguel got a hand on it. It will be a corner, but Mesa had a nice opportunity there.
That was unselfish soccer right there.
It was.
That was beautiful.
It was unfortunate that Ochoa was turned the wrong way.
Right.
Because he was just to the left of Miguel and had a chance, but he could not control the ball. It popped out to Mesa. And it will be Ochoa on the second corner of the match for the Centaurs.
But Mesa looked good with that left foot.
He did. Yeah, it wasn't his natural foot either. They were both kind of off in that regard. Ochoa sends it into the middle. Banton with a header, and it goes out wide.
And he's upset with himself that he didn't get something better on it. But again, that's a fullback.
Yeah. A fullback with already a couple of shots on, not on goal, but a couple of shots. The first one was blocked by a defender before it even got to the keep. But technically a shot on goal because that was indeed the intention of Banton. So over on the far side, it will go out off of DeRosa. It'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs over there. Deep, long throw, too. Kept in by the Centaurs. Thompson got a header on it. Mustangs fighting for it. Picked up there by DeRosa.
Nice
DeRosa, a little backflip. Picked up by the Centaurs. Ochoa is out there trying to fight his way through. Two Mustangs still working it. Still working it. Down goes a Mustang player, and it'll be a foul against Ochoa as the old hold on to the ankle.
Yeah, I think that might have been a dive, but, who am I? And that was a long way away.
It's one of those things in soccer. You see them go down and hold the ankle all the time.
Right.
It's an obvious call for an official, so they take note of it.
Until that gets solved, that issue, Americans aren't going to get behind the most beautiful game in the world.
I don't disagree. Ball in the middle of the field. That's a Hia tried to get it over to that far side. They do get it over there. It's going to roll out. Oh, header at the last minute. Saved from going afar. Saved off of Byers' head by the coaching staff because that one would have been headed for the Briars. Like one of these might sooner or later. Whoops. If you could, someone want to – someone grab that for me if you don't mind. One of my papers just took off on me. Let's put it that way. Thank you very much.
That went away quick.
It just took off. There's a little wind blowing through here. You might hear them in the headsets and the microphones. Be a throw-in on that far side for Woodstock Academy. Everything's got to be taped down or else it's going to disappear. Be in the middle of the field before we're done. That's Banton on the ball. Banton turns on it, tries to get his right foot on it, sends it into the middle to look for Ochoa. Might have hit Ochoa's hand. No call, no advantage. Ball back into the middle of the field, headed forward by Thompson. Thompson gets it over to Mesa. Mesa got tripped up on the plate. He'll hold his ankle. That one was a kick in the calf. I'm not going to deny that one. But you do have that shin guard on there for a reason.
Well, Mark, with tendencies, I noticed that Woodstock is playing an awful lot to the left-hand side. They seem to be a very left-handed team to this point in the game, only 14 minutes in. But they're attacking that left side.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them be more on the right side to probe the Mustang defense.
Right now, everybody is set up over to that left side of the Woodstock offense, the right side of the net. That's a header out by the Mustangs as the ball was sent into the middle. Ochoa tried to control it, got it back to Mesa. On it now is Ceruzo. And Rodrigo Haruso sends it back to midfield. Picked up there by the Centaurs. He'll try to reset on the counterattack. That ball's taken away by the Mustangs back into the middle of the field. Booted downfield, long boot, up ahead, tried to find Mora, headed back out by the Centaurs. Nice job there by Jasper Cox to get ahead on it. Back into midfield. Ochoa one-timed up ahead to Mesa. Mesa's got some room to operate. Mesa one-times it back into the middle. Here's DeRosa back over. They bring it back over to Haruso. Haruso sends it back, curveball off the foot. Unfortunate. Jasper Cox with the header, and that will be retrieved by DeRosa, by Banton over on that far side. Banton with the right foot back into the middle. Sent it over to Thompson. Thompson back out to Banton. Ajani Banton. You have Ajani and Jaden. Down below us, they look and find Haruso. He'll stop it before the touchline. Knocked away by the Mustangs. It'll be a throw-in for the Centaurs over on this near side.
Well, Jasper Cox did a great job on the defensive end, saving that, and then he hustled his way all the way down to be part of the offense.
Jaden Banton with a back-wheeling kick now sends it in, and the save by Angel Miguel. Second save for him. First shot on that one by Jaden Banton. Kicked out, back to midfield. Header nicely by Byers to Thompson. Back into the middle. Picked up by the Mustangs. That was Ahia to Mora. Mora sends it back into the middle. Cavelli says, I got this one. I'm just going to catch it. Everybody else doesn't have to worry about it.
I got this.
I got it. Banton. Haruso. They do operate, as Coach said in the pregame, they want to see the ball get tired.
Yep.
They don't want themselves tired. They want to see the ball tired. Racing down that far side and a little bit led too far was Byers. Throw in for the Mustangs. No score, 28 minutes left, first half of play. First home game for Putnam, for the Prep Soccer 2 team, the Centaurs against Putnam Science Academy.
And it's nice to see the student body, some of them turning out for this game. We got out at 2:15, so
quick turnaround.
There's a lot of kids coming down now.
A lot of residential students coming in, which is nice to see as well.
Absolutely.
Support those who are in the dorms with them. Boot out by Cavelli. Haruso got it to Mesa. Mesa's knocked down on the play, no call. Altariba sends it forward. Yeah, it was an offside call. Yeah, you're not going to get away with that with a couple of linesmen. Samizi was hoping so, but didn't quite happen. So will be a free kick for the Centaurs right at about the 20 or so, their own 20.
You got Coach Reardon's varsity team down below us.
Yes.
They're watching.
Forward it goes. Header back the other way by Munoz. Chasing down on it was Ehia right down below us, and that ball was knocked away by Ochoa. Haruso on the ball for the Centaurs, back to Cavelli. Cavelli wants to reverse field a little bit, something tells me. He does. Gets it over to that far side.
Go Mohammed.
Yep. Mansar down there. Kicked back to Cavelli. They didn't like what they saw.
Right.
Well, reset. Redo. Get it to Haruso, who's down to the near side. Haruso trying to set it up. One
nice
time's
ball.
forward. He's on Banton. Banton's got an opportunity if he can get it down. Miguel Angel came out and stole the ball away. That ball was hopping too much.
Yeah, it was.
So kind of a save because it would have been a shot. So we'll give it to him. But it was a bouncing ball that Angel Miguel just was able to corral. Jasper Cox up ahead to Haruso. Haruso trying to control.
Couple of step overs to get past his man. That looked good.
Near the touchline. One times to Cox. Cox taken away. The ball is loose in the middle. Putnam Science able to put it back into the middle and then able to clear it downfield briefly. Sent back in by the Centaurs. Cox tried to get on it, could not. That's Ariba. That's Ariba to the near side, to Mora. Mora, a little one step there, tried to get it to Simbizi. Mansar on the play. Back over to Cavelli. The other thing, too, is, and just what I was seeing here, there's been a lot of problems controlling the ball. And I think because they've been playing a lot of games on grass, they're not used to the bounciness of the turf right now. Although they practice here, you'd think they'd be so. But a game and a practice is two different animals.
Well, you've got this turf and the turf that's on the South Campus
Correct.
field they're very different animals. So if you're used to practicing on the grass on South or on the turf on South, it's different than here. This turf is faster, it's harder, so you're going to get a lot more bounce and you're going to get a lot more speed, a lot more pace.
Because you can see that today. The ball has been bouncing, and they really have a lot of problems controlling it and knocking it down to where they want it to be.
Well, absolutely. That's what we saw with Banton trying to settle that ball in the middle.
DeRosa on that far side pushed down. It'll be a free kick from there for Ochoa. Actually, not Ochoa, but Kevin Thompson. We'll take it for the Centaurs, about 40 out. And Thompson will reset it at about, we'll say 35 out instead. Well, Thompson won't take it either. It looks like instead coming over will be Ochoa. Ochoa's the guy who does the set plays. Let's put it that way. Now DeRosa comes over to either help or, shall we say, give a little bit of a deceptive quality to it. Which one's going to get it?
There's a reason Ochoa's got that captain's band on.
Yep. So both of them look in as the reset takes place in the middle. Under 25 minutes to play here in the first half. DeRosa one-times it back over to Ochoa. Could have been an indirect as well as what they were looking at. Sent in by Mesa. Coming in. Header is just wide. Banton and Miguel. I always get Angel and Miguel confused because both of them can be first names.
Angel Miguel.
It's one of those. It's Miguel is the keeper. We'll just go with Miguel from now on. But that went off of Banton's head and wide. But it was a challenge that he put on the keeper there.
Absolutely.
So it will be a goal kick out for
I think they
the
called
Mustangs.
Banton on the hitting the goalie.
Did they get that one instead?
Yep.
Well, it was about the same thing because it's inside the goalie box. That's why I think either way. Didn't really matter. Sits there on the goalie box at the 6 yard, and they kicked it out from there, and the ball came down to this near side where it was fought for. And Alta Riba will get a chance to throw it in down below us.
Big ball.
Yep. Headed out by Hiruzo. Mansar on the ball. Oof. Yeah, he might get a call on that one.
A little obstruct.
Jerry Da just did a do on on Mansar. They send it downfield. That was a nice boot, huh? DeRosa on the ball for the Centaurs.
Centaurs knocking on the door, that's for sure.
Oh, they've been knocking on it, and unfortunately, Miguel's been able to answer it. Let's put it that way. Jasper Cox, if he wanted to use that left foot, had an open shot. It's kicked out instead. This is Haruso on the ball. Haruso sends it back to Mansar. Knocked away, picked up there by the Centaurs. Kevin Thompson. On the far side, DeRosa. DeRosa sends it in, and Miguel on the save again.
Looking at that back post.
It's one of those, why not, right?
Right.
You've always said that along the way is if you're going to get it, if you have a shot, take it.
Right.
Keep them honest.
You're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Correct. Yogi Berra. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in down below for the Centaurs. Centaurs, by the way, have 6 shots. The Mustangs have yet to attempt one. But Miguel has been up to the task, making 4 saves, including a couple of nice ones. One on Banton, which he just dove in front of the foot. I don't know if I'd be that brave, but he was. Altabari to Mora, knocked away from Mora. Nice little footwork there from Haruzo. This is Mesa. Back at midfield is Byers. Actually, Thompson. Thompson down to the near side to Cox. Tried to one-time it to Haruzo, but kind of got broken up by Ayeha. Back to middle, Simbizi. To Mora. Mora, right foot, then left, and back to the right to Simbizi. Simbizi went down on the play. In the middle is Thompson.
Well, the Mustangs' offense appears to be kick it long to Simbizi and let him do his thing. But so far, they haven't been able to spring him. No
Connections down there. Sent in, knocked away by the Mustangs. That will go bouncing away
Goodbye.
for a long time.
Goodbye.
That one actually may have found the road. You might find it on the baseball field.
Maybe.
So it will be a throw-in on that far side for the Centaurs as soon as they retrieve a new ball. There goes that athletic budget going up a little bit. So it'll be a throw-in for the Centaurs. Down by the touchline, knocked out. Banton tried to hold on to it. It will be a corner for the Centaurs. Last touched by the Mustangs. Ochoa will go over to take the third corner of the game for Woodstock Academy.
Now, the best compliment you can pay to a midfielder in this sport is their box-to-box midfielders. And just watch Ochoa, number 17. He goes from sideline to sideline, box to box. He's everywhere. He is hustle personified.
Listed as the attack center mid, if you will, with Cox as the defensive center mid and Thompson sitting in the middle of the center mids. So does that make him the center mid?
Right.
Here's the boot from the corner off the set play, and it's going to be cleared not by Miguel, but by the defense, as getting it out of there was Romagnoli. Picked back up by the Centaurs, trying to get it in along that touchline, cannot. The Centaurs battling for it, but Banton cannot get control, and the Mustangs are able to clear out to Ayeha over on that far side. Once again, up ahead to Simbisi. Simbisi has to make sure he's not offside. He was close on that one. Simbisi back into the middle to Mora. Mora slipped and fell. Picked up by Banton. And Banton decides, well, it might be safe just to give it back to Cavelli, and Cavelli will kick it out to Mesa.
Banton's just a wall back there.
Isn't he?
When the ball is played to him, he's going to get it 100% of the time.
Thompson to the far side. Byers down the to DeRosa. DeRosa back into the middle. Mansar into the middle. Cox. Thompson. Down on the play, a Mustang. They do play more on the ground than the Centaurs do, I will say that.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
I'm not saying it is.
Okay.
Yeha up ahead to Mora. Mora with that right then left, and then there's Banton just getting in the way. Yeah, you want to come through here, you come through me.
Right.
Down below, Cox. Taken away from Banton, Jaden Banton. And it comes on out to Munoz. Decides to kick it back to Miguel. That was dangerous. It's really dangerous. It's going to go for Woodstock Academy. And I think you give it to Jasper Cox.
Absolutely.
Because the kick by Miguel hit Cox and rolled by them both, and it hit off of Cox's body. So Jasper Cox gets the goal. Wow. That's the way to get a goal.
And that's the reason why you hustle after it. That's the reason you hustle. And Jasper Cox has been doing it all game.
Yeah.
He has just been everywhere at once, and that's why.
From Amherst, Mass., Jasper Cox gives the Centaurs a 1-0 lead. Miguel came out, had to, and actually the ball was being shoveled back to him.
Right.
And Cox just said, you may think so. Here he comes, and I don't think Miguel realized how close Cox was.
No, and took it right in the chest,
yeah,
and that ball went into the net.
Right back the other way. So that's one of those where you could call it close to an own goal, but because it hit Cox,
he gets credit.
He gets credit. Ball at midfield. Now, of course, you don't want to give up a tying goal. Haruso will send that back over to Cavelli. Cavelli, I do believe Calvin Field, who comes from Woodstock, is going to play in the second half, but Cavelli's going to play in the first. Cavelli sends it upfield to Banton. Banton in the middle. Kicks it back outside to Haruso. Haruso will send it from there deep. DeRosa trying to track it down. DeRosa, is that DeRosa or Banton?
Banton.
That is Jaden Banton, okay. DeRosa's on the other side. This is the other Banton.
Yeah.
This is Ashani.
The Jamaican connection.
Yes, exactly. To Ochoa. Ochoa
nice
times
ball.
over to Mesa, and there's going to be an offside call.
That was offside, but just barely.
Well, the linesman's right on it.
Yep.
Hard to complain about that call when the linesman's standing right there. I'd like to thank our sponsors here on our broadcast, Girardi Insurance Services, Busquets Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic, O'Brien Financial Group, The Mansion at Bald Hill, and Oconchabar Productions. Thank you all for helping us all season long in bringing you these games. And, of course, you'll hear from them at some of those sponsors at halftime and such. One thing about soccer, you don't get a lot of chance to play a lot of sponsors. So the ball will pop back into the midfield.
But these local businesses do such a great job in providing for their communities and in doing this.
Yes.
Allowing us to come out here and show you what's going on at Woodstock Academy with one of our newest programs. Prep soccer.
Prep soccer. It kind of has morphed a little bit from a year ago. It did exist with the GESP banner, but now, of course, the addition of Owen Finberg from South Kent has elevated it just a lot. Let's put it that way.
And 2 teams instead of one.
Exactly. Sent back over into the middle where the Centaurs try to clear. The Mustangs try to keep it in. This will be Kevin Thompson on the ball. He is able to get it out to DeRosa. DeRosa and Banton trying to work together. It was knocked off of DeRosa's foot. It will go out. And a throw in on that far side for the Centaurs. Byers gets it in onto the foot of Banton. Banton
nice
tries
ball.
to cross it across the field and does to Haruso. Altarabi picks him up. Altariba, not Robbie. Sent back across the goal right in front. Mesa and a goal for Woodstock Academy. I do not see a problem anywhere.
No flag.
That was Mesa, right? Who
no
came
flag.
in?
Yep.
Number 28 came in off the side, got the rebound, and it's a 2-0 lead for Woodstock Academy at the 16:46 mark of the first half.
That was a couple of pretty balls that went side to side.
Yep.
And stretched the Mustang defense out and found the opening and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, it went from Haruso on this side over to the other side, bumped back the other way. It was actually a rebound that came off of Miguel that ended up on Mesa's foot. So a 2-0 lead for the Centaurs.
And if you'll notice, Woodstock is like sharks that smell blood.
Yeah.
They are
Well,
absolutely
2-0 is
coming
always a
after it.
dangerous lead, too, because it can work the opposite way. You can get overconfident. Ochoa with the ball. But I think the dominance right now of the Centaurs is pretty evident. Ball comes down into the backside. Will be picked up there by Banton.
That could have been a foul, but they say play on.
Banton sends it into the middle. Ochoa, header out by Altariba. Picked up by the Mustangs to that far side. Mustangs trying to clear. A little penalty there going against Thompson. So it will be a free kick for the Mustangs on that far side. 16 minutes left here in the first half.
Well, if you're Woodstock, if you're the coaching staff, you absolutely want to see more balls in the back of the net because they've had trouble scoring to this point in the season. So you're going to want to get these guys confident in their abilities.
Daniel Mesa, by the way, that was his second goal of the season. And Jasper Cox, that was not only his first goal, but first point of the season.
Nice.
For the man from Amherst. And they came just 2 minutes apart, too, the 2 goals. Seems longer, didn't it? But it was
Yes,
really only 2 minutes apart. So it will be on the far side. The Mustangs control the ball and bring it forward. That was Hadju on the ball. Headed forward by the Centaurs. DeRosa got a head on it, but the Mustangs pick it up. Mustangs looking to have some form of offense. They have not had a shot. The Centaurs have had 8. 2 of them have gone in. That was Mansar. A little back kick.
And kept it in.
He did. I don't know how you do that.
Right.
I really don't know how you do that. Into the middle is Jasper Cox. Over to Haruso down below us. He'll send it back into the middle. Picked up there by Thompson. Well, Thompson's wearing the 21 jersey, but his shorts say number 12. I just noted that. I was like, isn't that Thompson?
Maybe he's dyslexic.
Maybe it's backwards. I don't know. I thought I saw her saying 12. Maybe I'm wrong. I think they are 21, but just looked like 12 quickly when I looked down. Mansar will kick it back to Cavelli. And Cavelli will control the ball over to Banton. Centaurs right now can take there a little bit more time. 14 minutes. They have a 2-0 lead, but of course, 2-0 is dangerous. Very dangerous in soccer. Mansar to DeRosa, back to Cavelli.
I'd like to thank DeRosa and Jaden Banton for having the same hair.
Yeah.
It makes it a little difficult.
It
You got to
does.
check the number before you say anything.
Because they're both on that side
Yep.
as well. And they're very similar in that. And that's the reason why I've said Banton and DeRosa kind of, they are kind of interchangeable. Haruso on the ball down below us. Got it over to Jasper Cox. Looking to get it to Daniel Mesa. Miguel comes out again. Has to wait for it to get to him. And Mesa almost got there first again. It's been some dangerous play in the back for the Putnam, for the Mustangs. They boot it on out of there. Header, woof. No, the collision, no call. Here's Thompson on the play. That ball got bottled up in the middle where Banton picks it up. Looked for DeRosa on the outside and finds him. DeRosa back to Thompson. Thompson up ahead. Got it to Ochoa. Ochoa being had an arm lock on him. Let's put it that way, and no call. It was interesting. Byers sends it back into the middle. Could not get a foot on it. Haruzo does, and the field goal is a little wide. And that ball may be found out in the parking lot somewhere. Actually, it rolled over the top of the Woodstock Academy van that's parked out there. So that'll be found down below, maybe.
And we're deciding that 28 is
Mesa.
You know, he thought about a bicycle kick on that one. He was considering it.
Thought about it.
Yep.
Couldn't get it. Goal kick out.
Stan Lehman. That's the man.
Yep. Stan, of course, one of the holdovers from a year ago.
Yep.
I had him in class last year.
As did I.
There you go. That's Ochoa. And they're going to get the call against the Centaurs. I think that's what they were asking for, and they did receive. Paniagua was on the ground there calling for it and getting the call. So it'll be a free kick out from the 40 for the Mustangs. Back down below us, that's Mora. Got it over to Hadjiu. Still trying to find Simbizi and not really having a lot of success in so doing. DeRosa breaks out of there and then kind of lost the ball. Unfortunate. Picked up there by Hadjiu, right in the middle. Bodied up on by the Mustangs. Paniagua sends it forward. Banton. Banton will run it the other way. Got it to Mesa. Mesa turns and sends it into the middle. Over to Ochoa. One times it forward. Tried to get it onto the leg and the foot and trying to push it. Miguel takes it from Jorge Castellanos, who's into the game now. I do believe that's 24 over there. It'll be the 9th shot of the game for the Centaurs. Castellanos taking it. Back into the midfield for the Mustangs. Header. Simbizi could not get on it. It went over his head, believe it or not. That's hard to do. Banton with the ball in the defensive back for the Centaurs. We'll send it back to Covelli. At halftime, we also have a little special chat with Owen Fingberg talking about the Prep 1 soccer program, which is off to a 6-0 start.
And they're sitting right in front of us.
Yeah, they are, right down below us.
Yep.
So Coach will be talking about them after a 7-0 win over Williston Northampton yesterday.
Nail biter, huh?
Oh, yeah, real nail biter. Got a penalty kick in the first 5 minutes. That's usually a way to set a good tone if you're on the winning side anyway.
Exactly.
Banton up ahead to Mesa. That ball may have gone out and did. So it'll be a throw in for the Mustangs. Right down below us. 2-0 lead for the Centaurs as we go under the 10-minute mark. A couple of other games going on today for Woodstock Academy. The girls' soccer team, they're down in Colchester. I kind of pity them, and there's a reason. I know Colchester's field. And considering the rain and everything we had over the weekend, it is going to be a mud pit, okay? If you're relying on speed, it's not a good thing.
That is a very good call, my friend. That field, you know, when back in the day before we got 2 turf fields, we had a terrible field. Now, we don't have terrible fields anymore. But Bacon
still does. Bacon Academy's
field. How can they play
field.
that level, that quality of football,
I don't know.
soccer, and have that field?
It's a tough place, and I think Bacon would admit to that.
Yep.
Griswold had that for a while. They've added turf, and Wyndham has recently added turf, and they had a tough field as well. There goes another ball, and there goes a player after it. He may never come back, but he does. He throws it back over the top of the fence, and now he's got to get back to over the other way. I've not seen a player do that before, so that's the first.
Yep.
Who has actually went and retrieved the ball and then hopped back into the field to play. This is DeRosa with the ball. He goes down on the play, and that should be a call. I assume it's a call.
It is.
Wasn't
Quick
exactly
start.
an emphatic call. That's Castellanos over on the other side, over the top of the head of the Mustang D. It'll come to the near side. It'll be a throw-in for Putnam Science Academy. Yeah, so the Centaurs girls soccer team is down there. The Centaurs volleyball team in action later on. 5:30 against Ledyard in the Alumni Fieldhouse. Centaurs on a 5-game win streak. They're now 6-3 on the year. Wheeling his way through traffic was Hadju for the Mustangs.
And even though 6-3, they're standing in 4th place in Class L.
Yeah.
And in volleyball. And there's 3 ECC schools in the top 4.
Nice. I'm assuming East Lyme is one of them as well.
East Lyme and Waterford.
Yep. Waterford is not a bad team this year. That ball is bounced around. A call will go against the Mustangs, so it'll be a free kick. Oh, no. It'll be a call against the Centaurs. It'll be a free kick for the Mustangs. About 45 yards out in the middle of the field.
Well,
and it will be Paniaga who will take the free kick.
Coach Mark Smolak coming down to check out the festivities here today.
Looking for some hockey recruits.
He's ready. He's ready.
Ball is sent in, and that one goes beyond the foot of Banton and out. So it'll be a goal kick for the Centaurs. That was probably, the closest thing you could call to a shot today. It's not one, but it was the closest thing you could call it to one. That ball just sailed past the net.
Well, even though the weather's nice and fairly warm, Coach Smolak wants to get on the ice.
I know. You figure it out. I am not in a rush, okay? I'm not a winter guy. Cavelli boots that one out. Haruso sends it back to Banton. Banton tries to kind of corral things and then knocks it down, sends it back to Cavelli. Mansar is over to the left, and he'll get it. Mansar dribbling away through, back to Cavelli. Little triangle action going on down there. They booted ahead this time to Haruso. That one goes by Haruso. But Mesa's on the other side of it. Mesa trying to keep it away from Chao Sousa. Sends it back over on the other side now. And that was Byers on it. No, Ochoa instead. Ochoa turns on it to Castellanos. That's Byers over there now, I do believe. Byers trying to get it to the end line, knocked away by the Mustangs. Will it stay in? It will. Then the Mustangs kick it downfield. Thompson on the ball. Thompson with the left foot into the middle. They get it on, and in the middle, Byers to Ochoa, and Ochoa just rolled it off to the left side of the net.
That one hurt a little bit.
Yeah, that was one of those where Byers was thinking, I have an assist on that one, because Ochoa has that with an open shot. It just rolled just outside the net.
Well, with Woodstock Academy, you can see it now. Oh, they're switching goalies.
Yep, should be Calvin Field who's coming in. That will replace Cavelli, so Calvin Field enters the field to play.
But Woodstock defensively, you got Banton back there and Mansar, and that's all you need as far as fullbacks. They've been able to handle this, so their rest of their defense is playing up.
Hadju with the ball, lost it to DeRosa, and an offside call.
No, I think they called a foul.
A foul.
Push.
I was looking for the call, and there will be a free kick out for the Mustangs right at about the 15 or so. By the way, Calvin Field is a graduate of Woodstock Academy, but played at Oakwood Academy. So he comes back to his alma mater to finally play a game, is what it comes down to.
No, he looks good in blue and gold.
Or in this case, green. Neon green.
Right. But you knew what I meant.
Castellanos on that far side. Picked up there by the Mustangs. Escalano trying to bring it downfield, and there's a little tie-up, a lot of tie-up. And the flag was waving, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Very vociferously over on that far side.
Ooh, look at you with the
like
SAT
that word.
word.
It's pretty nice. So it will be a free kick for the Centaurs. They just send it over to Cavelli, or to Field, I should say. And Field boots it up the field. Field boots it up the field. Not one of my better calls, okay? On it is Banton.
Nope.
Not DeRosa. Yep.
They got you again.
Yeah, they will. Over on the far side, Castellanos, and that's taken away by the Mustangs. Booted it forward. Mansar, first one there, over to Field.
We're having trouble putting together a few passes. Don't get sloppy at this point with 3 minutes to go. You don't want to get your lead halved.
Couple of subs in there, so it might be a little bit of chemistry. Ball coming out. Miguel coming out to get it. In front of Mesa. Ball is booted away by Miguel. That one will be headed the other way by Paniagua, and it goes deep into the woods. That's a throw-in on the far side as the balls continue to disappear into the briar. Jasper Cox on that throw-in. DeRosa on the ball.
Oh, nice.
Castellanos is offside. And the call came from over there. So it will be a free kick for the Mustangs. 2:42 left to go in this first half of play. Mustangs control. Down by 2. Back to midfield. Ball booted down to this near side. Headed up there by Haruso. Unfortunately, it ended up on the foot of Ayeha. Banton sends it back to Field. And Field will look over the defense and offense.
No rush.
Nope. Just wings it downfield for Haruso to the wing. Mesa. 1 times to Haruso. A little give and go. And then in the middle of it came Alteriba, and a penalty will be called. Little foul, little mixture, and making sure that there's a...
Time is out.
Yeah, maybe a card.
Well, there was a little pushing and shoving going on.
Yeah, a little chatting going on, too. So between it all, I don't know if we're going to get a card over there, but a little chat between the two.
And Banton got a stern look, but no card.
Not yet. So the two will just have a firm chat, at least from what we see here.
I didn't see him go in his pocket. So.
Nope. So Haruso is down there talking.
Our referee stopped the clock with 1:48 to go in the first half.
Apparently it was something he did not like at all. That's a long chat.
That's a long chat.
Yeah, longest one I've seen in a long time. The two are really getting told what to do and what not to do. And now I think they've got it squared away anyway. So Alteriba will keep the ball. Haruso will come all the way to the far, to this, down to midfield.
Clock will start on contact.
And I think the official's actually talking to the other official a lot, too, here. Okay. So Alteriba boots it downfield.
And that is a boot.
And Banton has a header, and that's a header. Ochoa could not get on the ball. Banton, this is Mansar, who sends it back to Calvin Field. And Field will send it back to midfield for Haruso. It goes over his head. It'll be a throw-in down below us. 1.5 left to go in this first half. Sousa on the throw-in for the Mustangs. Gets it on in to Ayeha. Ayeha. Back over to Sousa. Banton now on the ball. Ooh, that was a dangerous leave.
Yeah, it was.
Jerry Dahl was coming in. I don't know if Banton knew he was behind him. This is Mora. Will he get a shot off? Mora with the right foot, then the left again, and it's kicked away by the Centaurs.
Under a minute.
Hadju with the ball back to mid. Alteriba. Well, why not reverse it a little bit? Over to Paniagua. On that far side, the Mustangs trying to keep it in their own end, or in the other offensive end anyway. Escalano. Forward it. They looked for an offside. They didn't get the call. The ball went beyond the end line.
I think Ozzie Pearman's on that far side, number 22.
Okay.
Out of Rye, New York.
Yep. Called him Ozzie?
Yes. Oscar is his first name.
Correct.
But Ozzie is what we call him.
Okay. So Ozzie Pearman. That's interesting to know. And is noted. So Field will have a goal kick out with 14 seconds to go.
This should about do it for the first half.
I would say so.
He doesn't appear to be in any rush.
Would you be?
No, sir. That's smart play on the goalkeeper's part.
Boot downfield, and it goes out. last touched by Castellanos. Doesn't really matter as we've played one half of soccer here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. The Centaurs up on top of the Putnam Science Academy Mustangs by a score of 2-0.
Make your next night out a simply memorable one. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18 cubic foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
And right now at Busquets Appliances, rake in the savings with great deals, 12-month special financing, all products, all brands, including a Maytag washer or dryer, $799 each. Buy the pair for $1,598, save over $1,000 at Busquets Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic. Let's put it that way, a 7-0 win over Williston Northampton. And we're back with you at halftime here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. Woodstock Academy Prep 2 taking on Putnam Science Academy. Going to take a little break from this game and talk a little bit about the Prep 1 soccer team with Owen Finberg, the coordinator of the Woodstock Academy Prep soccer program. And Owen, I'll tell you, Prep 1 is off to a start, huh? 6-0 already this season.
Yep, nothing better than winning all your matches.
Yeah.
And guys have been playing really well. We've only let up one goal. We've beaten some good teams. We've both had some close games that we've been able to grind and pull out. And then we've had a couple goal explosions where we've created a lot of chances and scored a lot of goals as well. So it's been a good start to the season for us, and just looking at the next match here.
Well, yesterday, let's put it that way, a 7-0 win over Williston Northampton. When you talk about goal explosions, that was one of them.
Yeah, I think, we definitely have a high-powered attack, and soccer's a different game where you don't always see that, translate in the score line, depending on the way the other team plays or how things go. But yesterday, certainly, those guys shined in terms of showing their abilities. Richard Sarpong has been our leading scorer. He had 3. David Lee's been doing a great job leading the line, and he was able to get the game winner and get us on the board first and created a lot. So really good performance from the guys all around, and then had some other guys, Max Manecki, who chipped in, and Daniel Valdez. So good performance.
Yeah, Sarpong has 7 goals already for you this year.
Yeah, he's an explosive talent, very dynamic on the ball, got great pace. Also something that you don't see with younger players a lot is a really, clear path in front of goal and great finishing ability. So he's been able to not only create but take the chances that he's been given, and I'm looking for him to continue that for sure.
And defensively, not only have you been scoring, but you've kept the other team from scoring. Let's put it this way. I think, have you allowed a goal yet? One goal. That's right. I was trying to remember in my brain. One goal so far this season.
Yeah, I think, the hallmark of a great team, or a team that has a chance to be excellent, is one that defends well. And I think, every time that you do that, you give yourself an opportunity to win games. And so, we've certainly done that this year. I think maybe have been a bit fortunate that we've only given up one, but, I think by and large we've done a good job, not just limiting the goals, but limiting the chances. If you don't allow them the ball or the opportunities to shoot, then there's no way they can score. So that's how we like to play. And the guys in the back line, our goalkeeping has been very strong as well. And 5 shutouts in 6 games certainly is a great return.
You've been coaching for a long time, and much of it at South Kent. I know you hate to compare and everything, but maybe just to get a kind of an idea of where this team is at. Compare this team to a South Kent team. Is it comparable to your South Kent teams?
Yes, I think, we have a really good group here. I think we have a lot of guys that, know the level of play, my expectations, what we want to see as a program on and off the field. And we have a good balance and depth, which has always been a hallmark of my teams in the recent past. And I think we have a very good group, and looking forward to the rest of the season for sure.
What do you still work on now as we head into the middle of the season? We talked earlier, of course, being that the games now start to come a little bit more fast. What do you work on most at this point in the season?
I think that there's always, as a coach, things that you want to see your team do better, and this team or this time in the season is no different. So, we have different things based on the opponent that we play, or, our previous performance, that we'll look to fine tune. I think for us right now, continuing to work on playing through the midfield, on, sort of our continuity in attack, and also set pieces, our free kicks, those sort of things that are, a little bit different for soccer, where you have an opportunity to sort of set up a play and execute some different things that don't normally happen in the run of play, are things that we're trying to work on continually here throughout the rest of the season.
And also, unlike the Prep 2 team, which plays in the Global Education Sports Partners League, you play in the Prep Premier League. Has that gone well? You only played 2 games, I think, right? One match, that's right. So you've only played 1 match in it, but are you liking what you see so far from that new creation?
Yeah, I think the competition level is good. Sort of the parity in the league and the results thus far have been very good. I think there's been 2 goal games, and everything else has been tighter than that, or a number of draws, which show that the teams are competitive with each other. So our next game is our second game against Immaculate Heart Central, which will be this Saturday up in Lake Placid. After this weekend, there'll be a lot of matches played, and now we'll start to see the standings sort of shuffle out a little bit. But it's been a great start. I think, we were able to win our 1 match, and that's a good start for us. And like I said, hopefully we can continue that momentum as we play this weekend.
And a couple of final things. And number one is, do you like to travel? There's a lot of travel.
It is a lot of travel. It's not too different. I prefer the schedule that we have, where we're able to train and focus on development all week, and have guys here at school and then playing on the weekends. It's a more natural soccer cycle in terms of allowing guys their body to recover. Certainly with the academic and the community portion, it makes a big difference. But the travel has not been too bad for us. We do have a long trip up to Ohio in a few weeks, and that'll be a journey for sure. But I think overall it's been a good schedule.
And finally, you do have a home game. Finally, on the schedule coming up. Do you think the kids are looking forward to that?
Yeah, I hope not only the kids, but I hope the community is looking forward to it as well. And, it's nice that we are off to a good start, and hopefully people are noticing that and marking on their calendar for the 14th to come on out to Bentley. And it's alumni weekend. We're hoping for a big crowd, and I know the boys are certainly excited to play in front of the home.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all. Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the Confident Retirement Approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
And we're back with you at the Bentley Athletic Complex, getting ready for second half of action here. The Woodstock Academy Centaurs leading the Putnam Science Academy Mustangs by a score of 2-0. 45 minutes out on the clock and set to go again. A couple of goals for you. The first one, of course, Jasper Cox scored at the 18:38 mark, and less than 2 minutes later, Daniel Mesa came up with a goal of his own and a 2-0 lead for the Centaurs. Neither one really with an assist. One was off of a rebound, and the other was off the keeper's kick off the body of Jasper Cox that rolled the ball into the net.
And that is a hustle goal. Cox was absolutely on Angel Miguel and forced him to make a mistake due to his hustle.
Matthias Solano is into the game. I think we have some new bodies out there. Oscar or Ozzy Perriman, as you said. That ball slipped on past. However, it's picked up by Hadju from the Mustangs, booted away by Miguel as we're back to midfield. Banton is still out there, Ajani Banton. As he moves it over forward, that's Solano on the ball.
Don't forget.
Over on the far side, Castellanos, that ball went out.
Don't forget number 30, Isaac Ennis, who's on our side.
There'll be a few new ones. I'm seeing Jaden Banton is still out there. Let's see who else would be out there. I think Haruso is still out there. Rodrigo Haruso. Ball down to this near side. Bothered out there by Isaac Ennis. Ennis gets it over to Banton. There's a shot at Miguel. Knocks it down. Here's the rebound. Almost set the other way, but it was knocked away by the Putnam Science defense, and it is cleared. That was a shot. However, no question about it, and a save by Miguel. He had to, because that was just a direct shot going in by Banton. That ball goes out on the far side.
I don't know if that was a save or self-preservation.
A little bit of both. I think we'll both agree on that one. That was a shot, though. That was a rifle. That ball goes and bounces out. So it will be a throw-in on that far side. Went off the foot of Munoz. So it'll be a throw-in over there. I mean, how many kids are still out there looking for balls right now? So a throw-in on the far side for the Centaurs. Just underway, second half. I'd like to welcome you to our Woodstock Academy Live broadcast. Mark Allard and Greg Smith along with you on a beautiful Monday afternoon in Woodstock, Connecticut, in case you're watching from some other place. You never know from where on these games.
Well, the weather doesn't look like this here often.
No.
As we've learned in the past few weeks.
Only the rainiest September ever.
Yeah.
Or second rainiest September ever, I guess, to 1938. That ball rolls out. Be a throw-in to the near side for Putnam Science. Yeah, we've had about 14 inches of rain in northeastern Connecticut over the course of the month. And now we got another timeout, another clock stoppage, and another concern for the officials. And having chats this time with Oscar Perriman.
Ozzy got rid of the ball, and Putnam Science complained a little bit, but
Perriman's header goes out. Was it delay more so than anything? Okay. Delay of game kind of idea.
In the grand scheme of things.
If you do it, though, too often, you're going to get a yellow.
Right.
Perriman with the header. And that ball goes out. So it'll be another throw-in right down below us for the Mustangs. Romagnoli to do so for Putnam Science Academy. And we still have that ball rolling around. Unfortunately, when it gets up to these grass stands, it can kind of bounce around a little bit. Romagnoli. That ball was knocked away. Ennis got a foot on it. Going the other way, chasing after it is Mesa. They're going to work it back to Miguel. Here we go. They just do not work it back to their goalie well, do they? That ball is back onto Mesa's foot and offside call. He got behind, I guess,
It
the
went off
last
the
two
defender.
defenders.
It went off the defender.
But he was behind him when the ball came
Yeah.
there, I guess. At least in the linesman's thought process. Miguel kicks it out of there. That ball was almost challenged as it went back to Miguel. Over on that far side is Solano. Solano had it taken away. Mustangs trying to get it out of there, and another call will go against the Centaurs this time. A little push
Yeah,
on the
Solano
play.
was a little frustrated.
So a boot out of there by the Mustangs. Comes down over to this side for the first time, and guess who's on it? Yeah, Johnny Banton.
Yep.
It's been a
Nice
wall
move.
back there. Solano taken away, back to mid. Off the foot of Solano. Picked up by Munoz. One time forward by Romagnoli. At midfield. Picked up there by Mario Navas. Some new names for us here in the second half. That's Jaden Banton to Ennis, I think. No, that's Mansar, I'm sorry. Mansar had the ball taken
turned it
away
over.
by Navis, I should say. Navis goes over to the side, shot, and just wide. That was really one of the first shots for Putnam Science Academy today.
That was the first legitimate
Yeah,
shot.
the first
That
legit.
was real.
Mora took that one, 44 on the play, and just left it wide to the right side of field.
And you see 4 Mustangs that are right up in front of the goal. They're packing the box offensively to try and get back in this game.
Down by 2. Pearman. Banton lost it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for Romagnoli. Quickly moves it forward. Paniagua can't get to that one. So back come the other way come the Centaurs. That was Kevin Thompson on the ball. Thompson to the far side to number 2. Charlie Bragg is out
Nice
there now.
overlap.
Yep, sends it down the field, and it was knocked out by oh my gosh. That was Alteriba who sent that one down into Coventry somewhere.
Another ball to the gods of football.
I don't know how many balls they're going to have left
Yeah.
over there. They're going to send people out to find some before we're done. Well,
Somebody's
someone's down
down
there because the ball came flying back up.
Yep.
Okay, so we do have some lost peoples down there. The ball is for Putnam Science, sent back into their own end, trying to clear their own zone, headed by Ennis, but unfortunately it went the wrong way. Ennis using his body to body up on it a bit. Picked up there by Thompson. One times forward to Ennis. Ennis one times back to Pearman. Off of the Mustangs. Romagnoli, last one to hit it. So it'll be a throw-in down below for Pearman. Pearman got it into Thompson, back to Pearman. Pearman back to Ennis, and it's going to go out. So it will be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Ennis out of Worcester, Massachusetts. Ball headed by Pearman and out.
Yeah, these guys are from all over the country, all over the world.
Pearman's from Rye, New York. I've driven through there a few times.
Mm-hmm. And
on the way to the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Never enjoyed it.
No, Tappan Zee Bridge, you go through Rye,
Yep.
I do believe, if I'm correct. Romagnoli will send it on in. That one went off of Mora. Be a throw-in for Pearman. Ennis from Mesa. Ball bounces forward. Robbie. That ball is, he's trying to get it to Miguel, but really can't. And then it just rolls to the corner, and he knocks it off, and it's a goal kick. Well, that's really not a bad play by Alteriba, because Alteriba he tried to get it to Miguel, couldn't do it, so he did it the other way, got a goal kick out of it.
Well, if Isaac Ennis's folks are listening, he's a wonderful human being. Having him in class is a real pleasure.
I only have one of these, and he's a Prep 1 player, Harrison Vales, in my class. So I've spoken to him many a times. And I'm going to have another stoppage of the clock. This is the third stoppage of the clock, and now this time for an injury. But the player comes up.
Yep. They went pretty hard body to body.
Yep. And Paniagua is going to go to the sideline.
Paniagua and Pearman came together.
So another discussion between officials.
I don't think it was any more than that.
So I guess we're okay to go. Because Paniagua's Jill Grant out there to help him off the field. Woodstock Academy trainer.
And what a trainer. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, Mark, the biggest difference from when I was coaching is having athletic trainers at every varsity competition, every every prep competition. Having a trainer here just makes all the difference in the world.
Takes a lot of pressure off the coach.
Absolutely.
To be not only a coach, but a medical practitioner, in a manner of speaking. On that far side, the Mustangs trying to get something going. They do have a shot here in the second half. The Centaurs do not. Solano trying to get it out of there. They get it into the middle to Thompson. Thompson almost hit from behind, now hit from the front. What a collision. Thompson and Romagnoli. I think Thompson got hit in the nose, to be honest, because he's kind of holding up his shirt. There's a send for Banton. Ashani Banton bringing it down. Banton sends it behind the net.
And we'll get a corner.
Will we? Did it last touch?
Yep.
Okay. So going over to take the corner is Jorge Castellanos. First corner for this half for the Centaurs. They had 3 in the first half. This will be the first one in this one. Ochoa over on the sidelines. He was taking them in the first half. So when you're only playing a certain amount of games, you want to get some exposure to the other players.
Absolutely.
That's why you see players like Castellanos out there right now, although Byers is coming back in for the Centaurs soon.
I think he just came out.
Yeah,
20.
Actually Thompson came out. I think 21 went out. Ball popped out off the corner. No shot was taken. Ennis and Banton, or I should say Monsar, trying to control it. Monsar went down. The Mustangs came up with it. Ball's in the middle of the field. Solano fighting for it there. Matthias Solano working some magic out there. Sent it back the other way.
He's got some foot skills, doesn't he?
He does. Byers trying to get it to Banton, but Miguel is the player to come up with the ball. Miguel looks to Romagnoli. Ball comes back over to midfield. That ball will go out. It'll be a throw in for the Centaurs. Perriman down below us.
Good deed by Perriman to force that mistake.
So Perriman looked at Solano and looked at Ennis. The Mustangs get a header on it. Jaden Banton. Back to Perriman. Knocked away. Picked up by Solano. Tries to change it over to Bragg. Castellanos gets in on the play as well. Castellanos turns with the left foot. Sends it back into the middle. Oof. Little collision there. No call. Collision was between Escalano and Solano. The ball sent the other way. Here's Mora trying to track it. Banton got the foot on it, however. Perriman.
With a lot of room.
Yeah, he can operate for a while out here. Now he's picked up by Escalano. Nevis. And whoops. You think that might be a foul? Maybe.
Well, when you see the shirt stretch like that.
A little bit of a hold on Monsar, you know,
just a little
by
bit.
Nevis. Up the near side. This is Banton on the ball. Banton over to Ennis. Ennis back one time to Perriman. Did he stop it in time? The answer is no. So it'll be a throw-in for Putnam Science Academy. 2-0 in favor of the Centaurs, 11 minutes in to the second half of play. Romagnoli is sent to throw it in. Maybe. Gets it in. Right down in front of us. Picked up there by Solano for the Centaurs. Into the middle. Byers. Other side is Bragg. Bragg gets a foot, puts it down on that far side, but the Mustangs get on it next. Onto the foot of Mora. Stopped it before Banton could do anything with it to Nevis. One-timed it forward, and the only man there is Calvin Field, the keeper for the Centaurs.
And what I've noticed about the way Woodstock plays defense is they always have a second defender coming in. They stop man, and then they have a secondary defender that's coming in to always assist. So you're never going one-on-one. You're always two-on-one.
Ball's in the middle of the field. Where will be a throw-in.
Every time the ball goes over the fence, all these guys in front of us are like, oh.
That's another one down there.
Because you know they're going to be the ones that have to go in there and get it.
Got to go dig them out.
Oh.
And there's creatures down there. And there's poison ivy and lots of poison stuff down there. So it'll be a throw-in on that far side. Once again for the, I think for the Mustangs. Nope, for the Centaurs. Bragg with the ball high above his head, throws it into the middle of the field where Byers is on it. Taken away. Back over to Bragg, back to Byers. In the middle was Solano. I should say Benton.
These guys are so good with the 1-2s and the overlaps.
Pearman right down below us. Mansar. And Field will clear it out of there. Just got over the head of Banton. So on the far side, it'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. They better bring some people down, though, because there's not a lot of people down on this end of the field. Let's put it that way for the Mustangs. They've been kind of forced into a much more defensive look, although they probably were playing that way anyway. But by the same token, they have not been able to mount any kind of offensive attack. One shot so far in the game. That happened earlier in this half. Mansar switches fields to Pearman. Up ahead to Ennis. Lots of bodies falling to the ground here. Romagnoli and Nevis fighting for it for Putnam Science. Solano got in for the Centaurs. Byers just decides to kick it to Field. He's got two white shirts in front of him. I will say this, both teams kind of leave their goalie on an island sometimes, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Pearman with the ball. Had it. And it will go out. It'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Yeah, because Field on that one had two white jerseys staring at him before he was kicking it. If you happen to do like Miguel did in the first half and hit it off of like a Jasper Cox type guy, I mean, that could be a problem. Banton, Mesa with the header. Altarriba was trying to get a high, dangerous play, and that's what the Prep 1 team wanted, was dangerous right down in front of us, and I think they got it.
That boot was up pretty high.
Yeah, it was. Byers will send it downfield. Trying to get it onto Mesa's foot, knocked away by Altarriba at the last minute. So on the far side, Solano, actually Castellanos, turns on it. Brings it back into the penalty area and then was knocked out. Miguel, did he kick it or was it a goal kick already out first?
Corner.
Yep, Castellanos is going to walk over there to take it. Jorge Castellanos from Guatemala City. Member of the Guatemala U15 national team. Guatemalan, I should say. National team. The boot by Castellanos is sent in and went right through the box. And it'll be a corner on the other side, I think. Don't be a goal kick, they're going to say.
Mohamed Mansar almost got ahead on that.
Yep. So a goal kick out for Putnam.
Here comes one of the players up from the woods.
He survived.
He survived.
Well, they wear the bright orange jerseys in case they can't find him. The bright orange pennies out there. So it will be a kick out for Miguel. Angel Miguel, the kicker for the goalie for Putnam Science Academy. Right down below us, the Mustangs. Romagnoli trying to bring the ball up, and I think we've got a foul against the Centaurs. Going to bring it back the other way. All right, he's going to have a chat again. They are talkers out there. So Solano is now getting a little word or two of advice. Free kick for Munoz.
And it's not going to end the conversation when you turn your back on the referee and start walking away.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way. Escalano up ahead to Romagnoli. Nevas, actually Paniagua is back in the game. Paniagua up ahead to Nevis, and that's an offside call. Yep.
The flag went up immediately.
So it would be a throw-in, or it'll be a free kick for the Centaurs, back deep in their own territory. Mansar will take it. As Owen Finberg says, their next game for Prep 1 is against Immaculate Heart Central, and that is a Premier Prep League game this weekend. They finally come back and play Bridgeton Academy on the 14th. here at the Bentley Athletic Complex at noontime, and that's alumni weekend here for Woodstock Academy. Hall of Fame enshrinement will take place.
You might know some people that are going to be there.
You might too, you know that?
Yeah. Nice move by Isaac Ennis.
Ennis brings the ball up. Ennis knocked down by I always get his name, Alta-Riba. I want to say Robbie, it's Riba, Alta-Riba for the Mustangs.
We're going to get to see
a corner. Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
Not first time, but it'll be first time to the left side, or right side of the goal, if you will. Castellanos will take it from here. Third corner for the Centaurs. Interesting. He takes both sides. Maybe not. I was wondering about that a little bit. Hey, you're taking it with your left. Are you sure? Charlie Bragg instead will boot this one.
It's going to be very nice to see a lot of players from that 2013 team.
Correct. That ball went up and over the net. It'll be a corner on the other side for Castellanos. Yep, that team will be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. So it's actually going to be a corner back to this side again because they went over the side of the net on this side. So we'll be over here again. So it'll be Charlie Bragg again for the Centaurs. No rush is necessary when you're up by 2 with 26 to play in regulation. So Bragg's second attempt. Header comes loose in the middle, turned around, fired by Banton, but it's sent back out again by the Mustangs. He turned and fired it right into a defender. And here comes the counter by the Mustangs. Quickly down is Mora. Mora and Nevis, but a nice job by the defense to break that up, and then they're going to get a call. And then they're going to stop the clock again. And this time there is a yellow card, I think, coming out, and indeed there is. A card against the Centaurs. I think it's Solano who picked it up.
I would agree. As the varsity team heads out to start getting ready for practice after this, they'll take the field and practice after this game.
Yep. Yeah, because the fields still are not, well, actually, they may be headed down to the baseball field.
They could be.
For practice, because the fields are, still wet throughout most of the academy. I was on a golf course on Sunday. I can tell you, fields are wet. Okay. In fact, I do believe the golf course I was playing on actually had to close on Saturday because of wetness. So 41 yards out for the Mustangs on this free kick. They boot it in, header back out by Byers, and then Banton got a foot on it, and it'll be kicked out, and it will be a free kick out for the Centaurs.
Well,
back around the 30 or so, 25. So Mansar on the ball for Woodstock Academy. Picked up there by Byers. He's tripped up a bit. No call.
There was a call.
Oh, there was a call. Okay, they did get it.
I'd like to see Woodstock tighten it up. They're playing a little loose right now. They're playing to the other team's abilities. I'd like to see them play Woodstock soccer.
Yeah, the second half has kind of been, a little bit less than you'd expect.
Right.
You'd hope that you get that third goal. Then you can do some different things. But for right now, they've been kind of satisfied with the 2-0 lead. Paniagua on that far side. Tried to get it to Mora. Mora's shot saved by Field.
Wasn't much of a shot by Mora, but.
But it was on goal, and Field had to make the save.
Send him.
Well, they sent it to the near side to Ennis, but he can't get there. Sent back out by the Mustangs, back into mid. Pearman. Right down below us. Taken away by Solano. Solano thought Banton was going to come up and help him, know what he did. And it is Mansar now with the ball. Back to Pearman. Back to Ennis. Ennis splits the difference between two Mustang defenders. Up ahead to Mesa. One time to Pearman. Pearman back into the middle, knocked down, and gets the call.
Yep.
So it'll be a free kick for the Centaurs.
About 30, 35 yards out.
About that. I would say if I was Miguel, I'd be ready to catch one.
Yeah.
Be 34 to be absolutely exact. Well, pretty close. And now, once again, who's going to take it? Is it going to be Castellanos or is it going to be Banton? Are they asking if there's going to be a switch for a sub? I guess not. Guess we're ready to go. So is it Banton or is it Castellanos? It is going to be Castellanos who takes it and just moves on it. Yeah, a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Send across and over the top of Johnny Banton's head on the cross. Picked up on the far side, and Jaden Banton had that one go out. But at last hit a Putnam Science player. So it will be a corner for Castellanos, the 5th corner of this half for the Centaurs, but only one shot taken by the Centaurs so far. It's been kind of quiet.
23 minutes to go in the game.
So Castellanos with that corner to the left side of Miguel. Taking his time, as you would expect. Castellanos' boot sent into the middle. Header was actually off of Altoriba. And it should be another corner just on the other side. So corner number 6, and Charlie Bragg will come on over and do so. And so Bragg on the other corner. Charlie out of Ridgefield. Other side of the state. You don't get there from here.
No.
If you do, it takes you a long time. So Bragg's boot. This is
deep.
Banton. Oh, knocked away just in time. Banton was all lined up to get ahead on it.
Yes, he was.
The Mustangs were able to do so first. Ball out to midfield. They don't really have a lot of numbers, but they are trying to race it down. Navas is the man who gets there first. Navas against Pearman. Here comes Jaden Banton to push him down a little bit. Sach, across the goal mouth, right over the top of field. Almost was very, very dangerous.
What a great cross that was.
It was. I don't know if it was really a cross as much as trying to
shot,
get it to the corner. And my thought was he was looking for the far corner of that net, and he didn't come far away. So it will be just on the far side, a throw-in for the Mustangs after that ball bounced around a little bit following the shot by Navis. Mustangs trying to keep it in. They're down by 2 goals with 21 minutes left here in the second half. So the Centaurs using their keep.
Well, they've shown more life in the second half offensively.
Yes.
They need to get something going soon.
That was Monsar doing a little bit of fancy footwork. Gets it over to Byers. Crosses it to Bragg.
Good change of field.
Picked up on the far side by Castellanos. Kind of being shielded from the ball by the Putnam D. And they're going to go with the call. Are they going to stop the clock again? My gosh. Nope, they're going to just move the ball up to about the 40. The call did go against the Centaurs. So a couple of Centaur subs coming in. Subbing is also a little bit different than what it is in high school.
Yeah, you can come back in the game.
Oh, yeah.
As we see Ochoa coming back
in. You
in.
can in high school, too, but it's just so at the different times and things along those lines. So it's boot towards the middle, and they stopped the clock. I don't think they had the subs in. There's a lot of hand gestures going on out there. But I think they're stopping the clock.
And everybody's going to the sidelines.
Yeah. Is this because of water? Might be a water stop because of the heat out on the surface. We're going to take a break. Be back with more from the Bentley Athletic Complex.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf. And poof, Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
Say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18 cubic foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
And you can rake in the savings now at Busquets Appliances, where you can get 12 months of special financing all products. How about an Amana washer and dryer? Buy the pair for $997. You save $200. They're just $4.99 each, washer or dryer from Amana. And that's what it was. It was indeed a water break.
Okay, it's 72 degrees. It's not hot.
But apparently on the turf, it might be a little bit warmer. I don't know. They sent it in, and it's up over the back of the net. It stayed in. It stayed in. Ennis was able to keep it in.
Good
the Mustangs
hustle by
come over.
Isaac Ennis.
Yeah. Mustangs come over. They're going to rule it what? They're going to rule a corner, I do believe, that
No,
it did go
kick.
over the line. Oh, goal kick. Okay. So somewhere it went over the end one.
I guess.
Couple of interesting happenings here in the past minute or so. I will admit, I was confused at first when everybody was going to the sidelines. I was like, are we done early? But no, in case it was a water break. Right down below us, Perriman fighting for that ball, and he's going to come away with it briefly. Then it's picked up by the Mustangs and sent the other way. Jamie Sains out there for the Mustangs now. That ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Romagnoli, take it right down below us. If he has any help, and now it does, he sends it in up over the top of Simbizi, who's back into the game, and Simbizi just left one fly all the way to the other side. Bragg is going to track that one down before it goes out. Bragg along the far side. Ochoa on the ball now, knocked off the ball briefly. Does it stay in? It does. Still fought for over on that far side. Still in the middle of the field now.
Send it.
Picked up there by Jasper Cox. He has one of the goals for the Centaurs. Up ahead to Ennis. And now we get a call.
Offside.
Yep. Offside on the other side. That's why I do not like linesmen. You like them and I don't. I think all officials, I understand where you're coming from. I never liked the offside call, let's put it that way. There's that again, leaving the keeper by himself, and they send it back. Oops, here's Ennis. You know, they play dangerous down around that keep, don't they? Here's Banton on the ball. Banton turns, fires Miguel on the save.
Somebody on defense got a touch on that one. I didn't see who it was to slow it down.
Yeah, because it was going to be a rocket, and it turned out to be a roller. Ball on the far side. That'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Under 17 minutes to play in regulation. Ball bouncing along, picked up by Byers. Byers along that far side, little push. Be a throw-in for Woodstock Academy. Nope, it'd be a throw-in for Putnam Science. Not a bad little throw. Simbizi, Navis fighting for it, but Banton says, no, you're not getting that one. That one went off of Jaden Banton's arm, I think, but no call. Over on the far side, the Mustangs got it back. Banton, Bragg, midfield. Mustangs send it back in, try to get it to Simbisi. And Mensah just working his way through those Mustangs. And he gets the call going against him this time. You'll have to back up from the free kick. So the Mustangs taking their time, not that they have a lot of time to take.
No.
Just 15:53. That ball is off the head of Jaden Banton, and Field had to back up and get it because it was towards the net.
Good hands, and he was looking dead into the sun.
Yeah. Ennis. Did I say Banton was Mansar? My bad if I did say that. Whose header it came off of, and Field did a nice job of capturing it. A little contact in the middle of the field. So it will be a free kick for Perriman. Mansar will hand it to Perriman. To Ennis. Back to mid. Mansar kicks it back to Field.
Just under 15 minutes to go in this game.
Got it over the top of Navis. Could have been dangerous if he hadn't. I will say they trust their goalies a lot more than they do in high school as well. They expect that they'll do the right thing. It doesn't always work out, let me say that, because that was proven so far in this game. Perriman right down below us. Banton on to Perriman, but
couldn't
unfortunate.
keep it in.
Yep. You got to start thinking about a star of the game here, Mr. Smith. I mean, obviously the goals are out there, but you also have some pretty good defensive work out there as well.
Yeah, you got Mansar and Banton who both played excellent defense.
I agree.
And really, they're going with two fullbacks back there instead of a normal four. I also like Ochoa.
Yeah, I do too, except he was out much of the second half, to be honest. But in the first half, when everything happened, Ochoa was in the middle of all of it. And, of course, you got the goal scorers with Cox and Mesa.
Cox's hustle goal was just a thing of beauty.
And, you almost have to look at that one as kind of the pace setter that gave them the opportunity that they needed to move forward. And he also had a pretty good defensive play earlier in the first half as well.
Right.
That ball is booted up in the air. That'll come down to Paniagua. Looked ahead to Navis. Yeah,
Offside.
I was thinking that was the case. As Paniagua, or Navis, I should say, was well beyond Mansar. Here's Jasper Cox. Had it taken away from him. Mansar will not let it be taken away from him, however. Ball forward. Picked up there by Paniagua. Paniagua to Simbisi. Knocked away by Banton. Picked up by the Mustangs. Sent in by Navis, and the field goal is good.
Is that worth 3?
If it is, we've got a whole brand new ball game. Yeah, field goal is good. The goal's not good. Just be a goal kick out for the Centaurs.
And we've talked about this in prior broadcasts, but this field was set up incorrectly.
Yeah.
Because if you're the goalie in that end of the field, you're looking dead into the sun.
The old, in this case, it is an east-west more than a north-south kind of alignment for the field.
All fields should be set up north-south, so there is not that sun going down right in your eyes.
Yeah.
Lacrosse is terrible. Soccer's bad, but lacrosse is worse.
And there's the boot that goes high up in the air but off the side of the foot. So Romagnoli tries to come over to this near side. He'll go off of the Mustangs. Centaurs throw in quickly to Banton. Well, although we know it's down over there.
Offside.
Offside a call. We know it's down on the other side there. Something tells me it would have been a lot more money to put it north-south than it was to do east-west.
Yeah.
Because you would have had to put a ton of fill down there. So a free kick for the Mustangs, about the 35 or so. This game has just kind of come down to between the 20s for the most part in the second half. couple of shots by the Mustangs, just 4 shots to be exact, a couple for Woodstock Academy. All the activity took place in the first half. And now it's just maintenance is what it comes down to. Here's the boot downfield. Header by Pearman. Now on it is Byers. He goes out. It'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. This is Romagnoli. Banton boots it out. Tried to get it to Jaden Banton. The Mustangs able to get it back. Right down below us is Jasper Cox. Cox boots it around. That one kind of spun over to Castellanos. Castellanos fires. Miguel makes a save. Cox with a header to Jaden Banton is booted out. That might have been a little bit too unselfish.
Now, Cox got his. He wanted to make sure his teammate Jaden Banton got one back.
Because the rebound came right back to him, and he decided to get it to Banton. Maybe he thought he had a better angle. That one goes over the top of Miguel and is headed out by the Centaurs. That was more of a cross. They were looking for, I think it's, who's over here, Byers?
Yes.
Yeah, Byers coming across, coming into the far post. Unfortunately, the header went well beyond the fence. So right down below us at midfield, Mustangs trying to fight for that ball back, and now we have a call right at mid. So it'll be a free kick for Putnam. It's kind of interesting. I mean, these two teams, you could say natural rivals in some regard because of the proximity.
Right.
But I don't know if anyone on the team really realizes that.
No.
Either team.
No. They're just happy that it's a 4-mile trip home.
Exactly. You don't have to drive 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah, it's a shot into a Johnny Banton, and Banton was able to clear it out of there. Nice little one flip back by Ochoa.
Because these guys do it. I mean, they were down in Philly, Albany.
Yep, Pennsylvania.
Yep, they do some definite trips.
Yep.
Oh, nice ball.
Ahead, got it over to, is this Bragg or Castellanos? This is Castellanos. Castellanos tries to get onto his right foot, could not, gives it up to Banton, fires, and a save by Miguel. Once again, off the shot by Banton. Comes all the way back out to Castellanos.
That was the best shot by Woodstock in this half.
I'd agree. Dead on net, but Miguel was up to the task. Interestingly enough, too, and it's Miguel doesn't look to catch the ball. He looks to swat it. Now, sometimes I'd say that's good. That one ball is kicked right into a Mustang. Yeah, it should be. In some ways, that's good, but I almost wonder as well.
Right.
You're giving the ball to someone.
Absolutely. You're always allowing rebounds.
Absolutely. And rebounds are dangerous.
No, it comes back to bite you.
We have found out today. So this will be a corner, the 7th corner of the second half for the Centaurs. I think it's Ochoa. That is Ochoa on the ball. Sent it to the far post. Castellanos and Banton going after it. That ball goes out, I do believe. It went off the end line, or is it a player down? It is a player down. Yep. So 13 is down briefly, but it will be a goal kick out anyway for the Mustangs. Or a free kick from just about that area. I think. Let's see where they put it down. They're going to wave in a sub or not. Injured player got right back up. Didn't require any assistance. So now, I guess it'll be Woodstock
ball.
Yeah.
It should
Woodstock, yep. So Charlie Bragg is over there. Bragg will get the ball. Runs it to the touchline, sends it across. Header off the post by Banton. Oof. Hit the post. That was a dangerous shot.
Yes,
too.
it was.
Cox.
That was a nice cross.
It was. Cox. Mansar taken away by Escalano. Looked up ahead. Field is going to retrieve this one before Navis can get there, and he's going to kind of bait Navis a little bit. Pearman to Byers. One time to Banton. Whoops, little collision there. And they're going to get the call for the advantage, so Putnam will get it back. Kind of a collision.
Yeah.
That was unavoidable. Up ahead, that's Escalano, taken away from him, back the other way.
Our referee uses his hands more than my Italian grandmother.
I have been noting that. The gestures have been pretty emphatic.
Yes, they have.
And used often.
Often.
Throw into the near side for Putnam Science. He also likes to stop the clock a lot.
Yes, he does.
It's more a stoppage of clock than I've seen in a long time. This man Saar with the ball. Over to Bragg.
And Momo with the good foot skills.
Bragg looks to the sideline.
Nice.
Gives it to Castellanos. Castellanos dribbles it on in across the middle again and just could not get a foot on it. Was that Byer in the middle there? Byers in the middle could not get his foot. Ochoa. Reyes Cox on the ball again. Now Thompson. Thompson with the left foot back over to Ochoa. Ochoa kicked away from him. Picked up there by Navis. The defense has not retreated very well here. Most of them were up, but the ball will come over to Calvin Field. Over to Bragg. There's been some dangerous opportunities here in the second half, but nothing has gone in the net as of yet. Up over the top, but it's knocked back the other way by Munoz. Into the middle. Thompson corrals. Sends it to the near side to Byers. One time into the middle, knocked away by the Putnam D, but onto the foot of Castellanos. They sent it to Bragg, and Bragg, he did. Off the side of the foot, goal kick out. Yeah, that's a little bit of.
You can't relate to that, can you?
Often, but in a different sport. But that's one of those where you just want it so bad, and you just when you do it, when you kick it, it just.
And as soon as you do it,
it's off the side.
Yep.
You're like, oh, why did I do that for? Ball's on the far side. A throw in for Woodstock Academy. 4.5 to play. 2-0 lead for the Centaurs. Over on that far side, Bragg trying to use his body a little bit to shield. Picked up by the Centaurs, back around the 30. One time's down to the near side to Pearman.
Woodstock's done a nice job trying to feed the middle. Benton's in the middle, and he's gotten some opportunities.
Byer with the ball. Over to Cox. This one comes out to Paniagua. Up ahead, but it is Mansar who is there first. Calvin Field will boot it back downfield. Pearman trying to dribble through the D. Oh, got it to Cox, but that hit his arm, but no call.
I'll tell you what, Ozzie Pearman does not back off anything. I'd take him in a scrap.
Yeah, he just keeps on trucking. So will be a goal kick out for the Mustangs. 3.5 to play. Putnam Science not ever having a lot of offense. They've had a few shots.
A couple of chances here in the second half.
A couple of them. Nothing really sustained. Munoz to Navis. Back the other way briefly. It's picked up there by Ayeha. Back the other way. And there's a Mansar header to Calvin Field. So let's see. What do you want? You want to talk to Jasper Cox since he scored the first goal?
Sure.
And what do you think about Johnny Banton?
Absolutely.
Because he had a good defensive effort out there. Almost had a couple of goals, too.
Yep.
That header off the post was and then he had a couple in the first half, which were certainly possible.
And he's done just such a nice job defensively.
The ball is picked up there by Mansar. 2.5 to play. Thompson up ahead. Castellanos. Bragg back ahead to Castellanos. Getting in the middle of that play was Hodge
Deep throw in
for the Mustangs. That might be a cramp or something over on that far side. Castellanos and a teammate, Escalano, are over there trying to help him up, but it might be a cramp is what I'm thinking. There they go. They got him all set to go. It might be a little warm down in the field.
I'll tell you when I get back.
Yeah, because you're going down there to get some people for us. As we will have Jasper Cox and Johnny Banton coming up after this one is over. Quick little chat with both of them. Maybe Owen Finberg will come up as well, the head coach. As the Centaurs look like they're going to go to 3-2-1 on the season and 2-0 in the GESP. There's a lot of bodies down out there right now, and they're all cramping
they're all
up.
wearing white.
And they're all cramping up.
There's a gold down there.
Yep. They're all kind of cramped up, I think is what it comes down to. It is kind of warm. Well, the thing is, it's not warm, but it's warmer than it has been.
Right.
If that makes sense. But
Way
it's absolutely
outside.
true. Yeah. Simbisi was well ahead of the field, I think that was. We're going to send Greg Smith down to get our two stars of the game who will be coming up. Jasper Cox and Johnny Banton. Talk a little O, talk a little D, and talk a little bit about this game with them. Final 40 seconds of play. Over on that far side, picked up at midfield. The Mustangs, the last gasp, if you will. This ball got ahead. Is it another offside? And it is. Ball was scooted forward, and the Mustangs could not get on top of it. That was Simbisi, I do believe, rushing out there. Is that 30? No, actually, I think it was Caleb Gassana who was on that ball. So 7 seconds to go. Banton will boot the ball long ways downfield, all the way down the other end. Looking for Jaden Banton, but the horn will sound before it even got to him. The Woodstock Academy Centaurs, the Prep 2 soccer team, will improve to 3-2-1 on the season, 2-0 in the GESPL as they defeat the Putnam Science Mustangs today by a score of 2-0. We'll be back talking with Jasper Cox and talking with Johnny Banton when we return to the Bentley Athletic Complex in just a
Make
moment.
your next night out a simply memorable one. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock has only you in mind. Your comfort is their mission, your pleasure is their goal, and your happiness is their reward. The mansion at Bald Hill is a historic landmark that has taken on a new life as a premier restaurant and an elegant bed and breakfast, residing in the quiet corner of northeastern Connecticut. With on-site catering and an upscale banquet center, the mansion is private and secluded, offering the perfect setting for a delicious meal, special getaway, or private event. The mansion at Bald Hill welcomes you and looks forward to your visit, whether it be for dinner, an overnight stay, or a weekend getaway for that special occasion. The mansion at Bald Hill on Plain Hill Road in Woodstock. Simply put, spectacular. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Call the mansion at Bald Hill at 860-974-3456. That's 860-974-3456. Or visit them on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest.
Take it easy and enjoy world-class live music right here in the Quiet Corner. Eaglemania, the world's greatest Eagles tribute show, is coming to Luce Center for the Arts in Woodstock, Connecticut on October 20th. Live life in the fast lane and avoid the line. Get your tickets today on theloose.org.
I have been doing theater and acting since I was 8 years old. I absolutely love it. Coming here was one of the best decisions I've ever made, if not the best. The school has been so supportive. I am so unbelievably grateful. It's amazing to be in an environment where people want you to succeed and want you to do well. My name is Maggie McLaughlin. I'm a junior from Woodstock, and I am Woodstock Academy. For more information on where you can spend your next 4 years, please visit woodstockacademy.org/future centaurs.
And we welcome you back to Woodstock Academy's Bentley Athletic Complex. Star of the game here, and we have a couple of stars of our game here with us, as we have Ajani Banton and we have Jasper Cox joining us up here in our broadcast area. Greg Smith back with us as well. So first, since Ajani, oh, there you go, you've got that, thank you very much. Since Ajani's got the mic first, let me ask you a question first there, Ajani. Talk about the defense, and you can talk either way here. You can certainly talk about the shutout once again. How important for you guys?
I think because we conceded 0 goals, it's a good start, especially for the first home game. So just glad to concede 0 goals. It was a good performance.
You know, certainly as far as playing on the home field, how nice was it?
Yeah, it was a good feeling to get the first home game, and to start off with a win is an amazing feeling.
No question about that. Jasper, why don't you just hold the, okay, you can hold the mic. There we go. Jasper, talk about the goal, the first goal of the game. Talk about it, how did it come about for you.
Yeah, I just, I made a pass to Jaden, and it wasn't a great pass, so I just ran and got the ball, and I just kept running. The goalkeeper made a bit of a mistake, but
kicked it right into your chest,
yeah,
right?
I just took
Have you ever scored a goal in that manner?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
It's one of those but you have to say, did it set the tone a little bit? Did it help you guys a little bit getting on the scoreboard?
Yeah, we were kind of struggling to find the net, so it was a good start, and we kind of were finding the goal easier and getting more chances after that first goal.
Okay, and Ajani, just as far as, let me take the mic back again, just as far as this program as a whole, you happy to be here?
Yeah, loving the campus, loving the student life. It's a great place, and I definitely recommend it.
There you go. How about having Jaden here as well? Is it kind of neat?
Yeah, to have my brother here is always looking up for me. It's a good feeling.
Always nice, there's no question. And Jasper, just about, how about you? You know, you're a little bit closer than Jamaica. You come from Amherst, Massachusetts, but you played in the UK last year, I think, right?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So how nice is it to be back home and playing soccer?
It's really nice to be back because I know many players on the opposition teams, and I know of players on our team before I came here. And it's just nice to be back and in a more comfortable environment. And
I guess finally, just as far as a win today, 3-2-1 on the season, is this team starting to gain a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of forward thinking to what you can do this season?
Yeah, I think we're understanding each other better, and we know like what every player can do, and I think we're gelling a little bit better than at the beginning. So yeah.
Sounds great to me. Jasper, Ajani, thank you very much for joining us here on our post-game show. We're all good. Thank you very much. And Greg Smith joining us once again as well. And Greg, I forgot to ask you ask a question, but you were doing the video and everything there.
Zero problem, Mark. It was great to see these guys come out and play and what they do for our school, and I can't wait to see Prep 1 play in a couple of weeks.
Yes, Prep 1, Bridgeton Academy, October 14th. They'll be playing here on the campus. That is Alumni Weekend, and it's going to be a noontime game here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. So, Greg, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
For joining me again, and I hope we can have you back again sometime before. Yes, the bad news is there's bad news because Greg Smith is leaving us here at the Academy in January. He's retiring. Oh, my gosh. You see, I'm tired. I'm not retired. He's retiring, which is kind of nice. So congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have you back for a game or two before you do decide that the Woodstock Academy, you'll keep the blue and gold, though.
Oh,
we know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
We know that.
For a fact. So, Greg, thank you very much once again. Final score again. The Woodstock Academy Centaurs, the Prep 2 team prevails over Putnam Science Academy by a score of 2-0. For Greg Smith, I'm Mark Allard. Have yourself a marvelous Monday. We'll see you again soon on Woodstock Academy Live.